Welcome to your weekly Seize the Day cruise show, powered by Travel with Brigitte. Now let's turn it over to our hosts, Karla Mesa and Julie Williams. Julie, what's the topic today?
And I'm Julie Williams, along with Travel with Brigitte cruise expert Karla Mesa on the Seize the Day cruise show. And today we're going to get into the holiday spirit and discuss New Year's Eve on the seas. Okay, so Karla, you're our travel agent, and we're going to talk about the top 3 destinations of New Year's on the cruise, and then we're going to get into, why cruising at New Year's is different. So let's start with what your experience shows the top 3 destinations to be for New Year's Eve travel.
So number 1 is, at least on this side, the United States, this side of the globe, it's always going to be the Caribbean. Caribbean, Bahamas area, because most people are looking for warmer weather and something a little different than what they're experiencing at home for Christmas. So the beach, the fireworks at sea, that's, not something you're going to experience at home.
Right. And, even like sunset at sea is spectacular. And I can imagine fireworks by sea must be like awe-inspiring. That sounds incredible. Really. What about number 2? Where would people go for New Year's Eve as the second choice destination?
So the second one is actually really interesting. It's not something that I would think of off the top of my head. I haven't personally had any clients bring it to my attention or vice versa. But it's the Sydney Harbor. The Sydney Harbor, where you have the Opera House, and apparently they do a grand New Year's Eve show with all the fireworks, with the Opera House in the background, and all the lights of the city and over the water. And it's there's so many premium viewing zones. A lot of people are out on their ships, and Australia has a different seasonal calendar than we do, so it's warm there as well. It's their summer.
Yeah.
So that's another reason. Again, a lot of people, there are 2 different Christmas or New Year's Eve winter travelers, those that would like to actually experience the winter, experience the snow, all the classic winter holiday feel. And then you have your polar opposite, where they're looking for the beach and they're looking for warm weather, and they want to be in their bathing suit that morning.
Yes. Before I forget, we've linked to a free downloadable reference guide about some of these destinations, the top 3 destinations, and also the best ships for fireworks viewing, the best cruise lines for New Year's Eve parties, and a lot of pro tips for New Year's Eve cruising. You can get that free in the show notes, and also at the website at travelwithbrigitte.com.
You're listening to the Seize the Day cruise show, powered by Travel with Brigitte. We'd love to hear what you have to say about this topic, so be sure to leave a comment below.
All right, Karla, the number 3 destination for traveling on New Year's Eve. What do you think it is?
It's specifically the Bahamas. The Bahamas has a very particular Christmas culture to it. They throw these grand parades called Junkaroo parades, and that's a lot of fun. A lot of people, they love to go out there for that specifically, and it is so much fun. At least from pictures I've seen. I can't speak from experience directly, but again, that's going to be the traveler that is looking for warmer weather, the beach, and a different experience than they would have at home.
I've never heard of a Junkanoo parade.
Yes, and I always call them Junkaroo for some reason. I think the very first time I read it, it was a typo, and it's always stayed in my head that way because it looks and sounds like kangaroo.
But that's why I thought this should have been the one down in Sydney, because it sounds like kangaroo. So do you know what a Junkanoo parade is? Is it a Bahama thing?
It is the Bahamas thing. It's definitely a cultural thing out there.
Okay. So why are New Year's cruises different from, say, cruising for the 4th of July?
So the main thing that's going to be different is the activities and kind of the schedule that they're going to have on board, as well as the itinerary. Everything is focused around that day and making sure you're in the right area and all the activities that day as well. Most places will have like an actual deck party or some type of countdown party. They'll usually have some complimentary, champagne or cider or some type of, New Year's Eve toast setup. They might even go as far as doing their own fireworks show or some type of like balloon drop, confetti if you're inside. Like the whole entire focus of that sailing is making that day extra special.
Wow. Hey, remember, we've got that one-page PDF on this for as a reference guide that you can download free, and you'll find it in the show notes. Any last thoughts about New Year's Eve and maybe even holiday cruising in general, Karla?
Yeah, it's a really great time for travel because everyone is in such high spirits. Sure, you need a little extra patience. There's going to be big crowds. There's going to be a lot of moving parts. There are a lot of families with young children or older grandparents. But for the most part, everyone's in high spirits. Everyone's in a good mood. Even employees, even dealing with people like at the airport on your way, like you'll just realize that there's a different, for lack of a better word, a different vibe. There's a different vibe to everyone, things that they may have snarked at you for in the past, they're going to give you a pass this time because they want to get home for their holidays as well. Not just that, but specifically New Year's, what I really like is starting the new year off in a different place. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people just think of it as like, oh, it's the end, New Year's Eve, it's the end of the year, but it's the very next day. It's the beginning. It's the beginning. Like it's the new beginning, new year, new place. I think that's really great.
Awesome. And we probably can't help you for this year, obviously, but if you're interested in maybe next year, get on it quickly, but you can contact us at bookings@travelwithbrigitte.com, and 24/7, we've got an agent that will respond to you and get you information on whatever type of cruise you like to do for the holidays. Till next week, we're Karla and Julie, encouraging you to seize the day.
Thank you for joining us today on the Seize the Day Cruise Show, powered by Travel with Brigitte. If you enjoyed today's episode, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to add your own 2 cents below. By the way, you can book a cruise 24/7 at bookings@travelwithbrigitte.com. Let us show you how we can get you a better value than you'd get on your own. And join us again next week on the Seize the Day Cruise Show.